Hey, hey, I'm Ayuma Michelle, and welcome to Let's with Ayuma. This is an online safe space that I started to empower millennial women just like me to thrive with purpose. As you may have noticed from my introduction, things have changed a little bit on the introduction because I came to realize that 100% of all my subscribers on Let's with Ayuma YouTube channel are actually millennial women. And so I decided to keep serving you, to keep honoring you with content that will empower you to thrive, right? And as you may know, this week was Valentine's Day, and I don't know how you guys were feeling. What was your experience? Just comment below if to just share what was your experience this Valentine's Day. Whether you're single, married, or maybe in a relationship, you can just share. Today I'm going to share with you a way in which the best way to prepare for love. I know that maybe many people have, or businesses or different organizations have marketed to you, just for this specific day, maybe a dinner date or whatnot, or even maybe a singles concert, which is great, right? Because those are excellent opportunities for people to meet each other and to celebrate love. But I'm really curious, what are the long-term ways that are setting us up for success for love? And this is my own way of celebrating the 100% millennial women, subscribers, and also to just be able to pour into you with love and also to prepare you for your very best in life, but also for God's best in your life, right? So yes, back to the best way to prepare for love. I'm sure many people have said this is the secret. People who are 100 years old, these are the secrets that they're sharing to that maybe kept them going on for a very long time. But for me, I'm not going to share with you a secret. I'm just going to share with you an actual principle, right? And it births from the story of Rebecca in the Bible and Isaac. Well, this is the thing. Rebecca is a woman of God. She came from a family of believers, of people who loved God, Yahweh God, and she was at an age where she was older than many of other younger women who were at the age where they were supposed to get married. But what did Rebecca do? Did she sit around moping around? Did she go on Tinder? Did she what exactly did she do to prepare herself for God's best in her life? This is what she did. She immersed herself in service. She put herself in service. And she made sure that the principles, the values that she believed in stayed on. Like, she did not wait she did not, how do I say, she did not settle for less just because she was older than the other women, just because younger women around her were getting married. No, she did not do that. What she did is that she put her heart and she put her mind in service. And guess what happened? One time when Abraham was, just sitting around, he was like, hey, my son is 40 years old. Isaac. He's 40 years old. And God said that I'm supposed to be a father of many, that I'm going to have many descendants. How exactly is that going to happen if my son is over here, without a wife? How exactly is this going to happen? And mind you, also, Isaac at that time, he was busy serving God. His mind and focus was not in, oh my goodness, I need to go out, I need to meet women. No, his actual focus was on God and service and preparing himself for God's best, And so it is his father Abraham, the one who was given the promise, who now started inquiring of God. Zealous, just asking God, higher, where is my son going to, where is this inheritance going to come from, of being a father of many descendants? And so that's when Abraham sent out Laban, his servant, to go and seek out a mate for his son Isaac. Where was Isaac? He was busy worshiping God. He was minding his business. He actually was minding his purpose, right? And then when Laban was sent out and he went to a distant land looking for various things, he was sent out with specific instructions. He was not going to look for just any random woman. He was going to look for a woman who is godly, who comes from a godly family, and one who will help his son. Because of this alignment of values of godliness, they would set up such a family, such an institution, they would then fulfill that promise of the many descendants, because Abraham had to do it right. So he made sure, please, for my son to have a mate, she must be of the right qualifications. Number one on the list, which is godliness. And so what happened? When Laban went out to this foreign land, there was a woman that he met at a well. And what was this woman's attitude? She just saw a man, who's come, he traveled a long distance. And what did she do? She decided, when that man asked her, may I have? Because she was at a well, and she was obviously, what is it called? Fetching some water, probably for her family, for other domestic uses, right? She put herself in service, and she was busy working, right? And this man asked her for water. And you know what she did? Not only did she obey, she wasn't defensive. And I'm so sure in so many movements in this world, women have been taught to be so rigid, so hard, so defensive, and to say, a man can't be over here sending me around, for water. She was feminine. She was not in her masculine form. She was a feminine woman. So what did she do? Not only did she give this man water, but she also decided to fetch water and fed all of his camels. And those of you who've done a bit of research about camels, they drink quite a lot of water. So not only did she fetch water for this man, but she went beyond and she fetched water for this man's camels. And because of that, that man noticed, and he noticed her character. He noticed her godliness. He noticed her femininity. And mind you, this is both a representative of Abraham, and by Abraham, a representative of Isaac, right? And so he actually inquired, who are you? Which family do you come from? I need to meet your family. I tell you, by the end of that day, this lady Rebecca was assured of a mate. And not just any other mate. She was assured of a mate who not only values the kind of things that she values, but also a mate who was literally, because of that and because of her obedience, literally put her in alignment with one of the greatest legacies in the world, Christ's legacy. So can you imagine, what if Rebecca decided, no, this man is over here, who does he think he is, just asking me to fetch him water? Who does he think he is? Or maybe just doing bare minimum, those ones for only giving him a cup of water. For her to go the extra mile, she really needed to be in that mindset of true service. She needed to be in a mindset of femininity. That when a man asks me something, I am not going to be defensive. I'll actually see it as, wow, what an opportunity. Because at the basis of the design of a woman is women, we are Ezer, that which is in the Bible. We are builders. We are multipliers. We are the people who support. We are the greatest companions this world can ever have. But also we are helpmeets, meaning we are helping people meet their passions, meet their purpose. My question to you today is, are you an Ezer? Are you a helpmeet even before you meet that man? Are you in an attitude of, are you in an essence and an element of femininity? Are you in full service and dedication of serving others around you? Serving others, be it through your business, be it through your employer, be it through your family or your community. Are you putting yourself in service? Or are you complaining about not having a mate? There are no men out there. Oh my goodness, should I go to Tinder and all this stuff? Yet you're not putting your energy in true service so that God can honor that service by linking you up with people who are equally aligned. Right? This is a beautiful lesson from Rebecca, and I would like to challenge you to do the same. And what I personally did for myself, which I'd like to share with you as a gift, is write down, get a piece of paper, colors, whatever it is. For me, I like working with lots of colors. Do you know what I did? I wrote down my 5 deal breakers, because it all started with value. The number one value that Abraham sent out his servant to look for in a mate for Isaac, his son, was godliness. Is she godly? And then does she come from a godly family? Because sometimes you can be godly, but you don't come from a godly family. Or sometimes you can come from a godly family, but you yourself, you're not godly. But what does godliness look like in your family? That's number one value. So in that paper, I want you to write your 5 deal breakers. Like, if this man does not have these values, he has no business talking to me. I have no business talking to him. So I need you to get down into that creativity and write down what you personally value. Because if you go out into the dating scene, are you just blindly looking? Because you need to be very specific. Because God is a very specific God, and he will only match you or bring people into your life out of the specificity that you give him. Right? Because not all of us are the same. We are one body of Christ, but we have many parts. Not everyone. You don't have to like what I like. You don't have to value what I value. But at least maybe the thing that brings us together as people maybe who love God is our godliness. Right? So I want you to write that down. And after you write that down, number 2, I challenge you to take yourself, to present yourself, to position yourselves in physical locations or even online locations where it's likely that men who value these same values are. Because guess what? That man is not going to come knocking on your door. Something needs to happen. And yes, it is true. We are living in extraordinary times where we need to take extraordinary measures. And extraordinary measures does not mean being desperate or literally idolizing marriage or idolizing relationship or idolizing love. No, that's not the right way. What extraordinary measures means being very specific about what you're looking for so that no one wastes your time, and also so that you don't waste other people's time, but also positioning yourself proactively in places where people value what you value. You get what I mean? If you value let's say active lifestyle and being active and having fun, where are you going to place yourself? Are you going to go on cycling adventures? Are you going to go on marathons? Are you going to go on, I don't know, the marathons where maybe it's charity and stuff like that? There are various ways in which you can do this, but you just can't stay in the house and expect that somehow these things will happen, you know? So those are the 2 things I'd like to challenge you to do. It's not just about Valentine's. It's about love. And it's about purposeful love, and love that helps you not only accomplish your physical assignment on earth, but also your spiritual assignment on earth. And if Rebecca did it, right, so can you. She was older than many of the younger women who were in the right, whatever that means, in the right age for marriage. But because she was fully invested in serving her family, in serving her community, in serving a stranger, her character, her godly character was seen, and that quickly matched her with a man who was God's best for her. And because of that, she became part of one of the most powerful lineages on earth, which is the lineage of Christ. I hope this encourages you to not only go out there and just put yourself in service, but to know that God's best for you is out there. But what are you willing to do? What is the work that you need to do? I've shared with you 2 of them. So feel encouraged. It's not just about Valentine's. It's not just about getting you a man. No, it's about making you the best. It's about building your wholeness as a woman. And it's in first making sure that you are the person that you want to attract. Because like things attract each other. So make sure that you have the values that you want to attract in the man of your dreams, right? So that's all for today. This is Let's with Ayuma, where I'm investing in millennial women just like us, empowering them to thrive with purpose. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ask any questions on the comments below, right? And I'll be sure to get back to you within 24 hours. Okay? That's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.